At the age of 14, I purchased my first ever microphone, the Blue Snowflake, for around $40, after hearing that USB mics were the best in terms of sound quality. I have learned a lot since then, and decided about a year ago that I would actually attempt to make money recording voiceovers. After several painful, yet ultimately educational purchasing mistakes, as well as learning from some of the industry's best like Bill Dewees and Dan Lenard, I think that I've managed to build an exceptionally clear-sounding studio for a very reasonable price. To be clear, this guide is aimed squarely at those of you looking to create professional-sounding recordings worthy of being purchased. I am not looking to get into any arguments regarding the merit of USB mics like the Blue Yeti. I will simply say that as far as professional sound goes, USB microphones are not up to snuff. I had an experience not too long ago while on vacation, where I thought that perhaps a client would not notice if I decided to ditch my studio for my portable Blue Yeti based on the mic's convenience. I'm sorry to report that the incident left me needing to redo the job in my actual studio, as the customer expressed that the recording sounded like it was done in someone's bedroom on an iPhone. Long story short, USB mics are perfectly suited for YouTubers and other casual recordists, but truly have no business in the studio of a credible voiceover artist. Obviously, there are cases of people who have made bank recording with such amateur equipment, but those cases are few and far between. If you're looking to set yourself up for success in the long term, then I would recommend you purchase an affordable XLR microphone like the $140 Blue Spark I'm using while recording this video. I would personally suggest you steer clear of any more expensive mics, because if, like me, you plan to record in a bedroom or other non-soundproof space, then the uber-sensitive nature of the truly high-end microphones will work against you and pick up every sound imaginable. As far as powering that XLR microphone, I would highly recommend going with the Audient ID14, as it is one of the best sounding audio interfaces at this price point. I have a full review on my channel, but the bottom line is, for $300 it cannot be beat. The mark of a solid audio interface for voiceover is its ability to allow you to record your microphone at an audible signal, free of any background hiss. The Audient provides exceptionally clean gain at normal recording levels and sounds far better than any of the other cheaper audio interfaces many others might recommend. As far as actually recording goes, you shouldn't let your peak levels get much higher than -12 dB, as this gives you far more room to master the audio when you get around to preparing it for delivery. Many others may disagree, but my journey through the world of voice recording has led me to the conclusion that a high-quality audio interface is essential for clean sound, and perhaps more important than the microphone itself. An interface like the ID14 should allow you to upgrade your mic arsenal over time without the fear of bottlenecking, and should allow your microphones to always sound their best. When it comes to the actual studio aspect of voice recording, matters get a bit more complicated. The best option as far as home recording goes is to purchase a whisper room for at least $4,000, which provides you with an absolutely silent recording environment. With a whisper room, you can use those ultra high-end mics I warned against earlier worry-free, and ultimately, you can record the cleanest possible sound. However, like many of you, I don't have that kind of money right now, so I chose a more economic approach to a studio's construction. My bedroom closet is a small room with no windows or ventilation, save the air gap under the sliding door, and until about 9 months ago, was so cluttered I simply couldn't go in. Up until July of last year, I recorded all my voiceover projects in the middle of my bedroom, in which I eventually installed some basic acoustic treatment on some of the walls and ceiling corners. However, this small amount of acoustic treatment wasn't enough to prevent my recordings from sounding echoey, and simply wasn't suitable for professional recording. So, I decided to spend some time cleaning out my closet and discarding what I no longer needed in order to convert the tiny room into a functioning voiceover booth. Initially, I was convinced that if I simply kept some clothes in the corner of the closet, all the reflections and echoes would be taken care of. This, of course, was not the case, and after a few boxy-sounding sessions in the newly created voiceover booth, I knew something needed to be done. So, I reluctantly ordered an Auralex Roominator Kit filled with acoustic foam, and picked up some web adhesive at Guitar Center, all in the hopes of converting my echo chamber of a closet into a virtual dead room. In short, the acoustic treatment made the biggest difference of any upgrade I had ever made to my recording setup. Gone were the days of high-pitched echo bouncing back into my mic, and for the first time, I felt my recording sounded truly professional. I didn't even completely cover the closet with foam, but the foam I did mount truly made an impact on my recording quality. Thanks to the constantly lowering prices of condenser mics and digital audio interfaces, I'd argue it's hard to hear a massive difference between the recordings from my bedroom studio and those found inside a Universal Studios sound booth. I don't mean to say that I have no intentions of upgrading my gear, as I do plan to eventually own both a Whisper Room and a Neumann U87. I am simply saying that the barrier of entry for a truly competitive sounding voiceover studio is lower than you may have thought. Despite what many may argue, gear does matter, at least when it comes to recording voiceovers. Greetings to all the new subscribers who have come pouring in during the last few months. I hope you all found this video both helpful and entertaining, and if you have any feedback, suggestions, or tips of your own, leave them in the comments. I truly believe Ericsson Films is headed somewhere extraordinary, and I'm honored that so many of you have decided to come along for the journey. Videos should be coming along more frequently, and those videos should be increasing in quality. Until next time, Christian from Ericsson Films, signing out.